Hello, and welcome to another reading vlog. As you probably saw from the title, in this vlog I will be reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. Here's the book. This is what it looks like. I'm at a cottage right now, so it's very cozy and nice. We arrived yesterday and I'm not quite halfway through, but almost. I didn't have a chance to sit down and talk about it before, which seems to be a common occurrence with me and my reading vlogs. This book has been all over Book Talk and BookTube and whatever, and I feel like it has gotten a lot of hype. So if you don't know, this is a book about two people, Marianne and Connell, and basically about the relationship between them, and that's all that happens. During the first 50 pages I wasn't really feeling it, but now I'm on page 107 and I'm starting to feel more drawn into it. My sister has read this book and she said that it's really gripping. She didn't want to put it down, and so far I haven't really felt that. But I like the writing. I like the way that Sally Rooney has written this book. I'm interested to see what happens when I read further, because for now things seem to be good. And if I know anything about books, is that when things are good, something's about to happen and they never stay good. Anyway, I'm excited to do a little cottage reading vlog in the forest, normal people, a forest cottage girl type of thing. And I can't wait to see what I think. The nice thing about reading books that other people are also reading is that you hear a lot of opinions, and I've heard so many good opinions and a few not so good opinions. I'm really bad at reading books and forming opinions about books, so we'll see. So far it's good. I'm on page 107. Yeah. At this point I'm excited to read more, but I'm not feeling the sensational thing that everyone keeps talking about. So I'll keep you posted. Maybe it's the ending that it makes the book the best book ever. So we'll see. Okay. Toodaloo. Voi, nyt tuulee. Oho, nyt tuulee. It seems that I have formed a habit of not being able to finish reading vlogs right after reading the books. We are here to talk about Normal People by Sally Rooney. And like last time, I don't have my copy because I am, if you can see, I'm no longer at the cottage. We are here a week, actually 2 weeks later, because I just moved. So if you want to see a moving vlog, you can check it here or somewhere. There's a vlog
I have been very busy, I have been very drained, but I did manage to finish the book before moving. And yeah, I don't have the copy because that's in my new apartment, which is in another city, and basically I'm a mess, but we move. Based on everything I've seen online, Normal People is a hugely popular book because I know a lot of people who don't read, and even they have read it and they have said it's good. And you know, to a certain extent, I agree. I thought it was entertaining. I was fascinated about the fact that it was very short and it was kind of easy to read. But when I was reading it, like, I was invested, I was enjoying the book. But for some reason, I kind of, like, if I think about literature that is really like captivating and attractive to me, I need a little bit more than the relationship between two people. Because I'm used to reading books that are that have a lot of other components. Like, for example, the Outlander series is largely about the main character's relationship, but also it's about the historical events and historical stuff and other people that they know. And maybe same with The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. There's a lot of people. And so maybe I kind of need a little bit more to fully consider it a really entertaining book for me. Now, I'm not saying that it was boring or anything like that. I read it very quickly, which is a sign that I enjoyed it. I was like, you know, I don't know if maybe I've had an experience similar to this before, where I have read books that are about relationships or breakups or stuff like, or things like that, that my friends or people I know who I talk about books with really like, and then I end up not liking that very much. I'm starting to think it's just that I'm not very interested in relationships. But then again, I like drama, you know? I don't steer away from like romance or anything like that. There's just stripes on my face. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with this. Should I just close the blinds? Am I an idiot? I ended up giving the book 3 stars out of 5 on Goodreads, which in my book and the way that I rate books is good, entertaining, but just not my favorite, and that's what Normal People was to me. I thought it was a really pleasant reading experience, but I didn't particularly like the characters or kind of the plot or what was going on. I was interested to see what happened next, but the feeling that I was left with after finishing it, didn't really like it. And then I also kind of found it frustrating because I just, when the book is about a relationship and then the relationship just goes around in circles and no progress is really made, it just wasn't the book for me. I would say if you like books about relationships or like analyzing one's feelings and just complicated relationships, I would definitely recommend reading it. I thought it was a quick and easy read, so I think it would be a good read also for someone who doesn't read that much. I would, and I probably will, give Sally Rooney's other books a chance. I think there's a show. Yeah, so there's a show based on the book, and I know one of my friends is a huge fan of the show, so I might give that a try as well. To summarize, Normal People was good, was entertaining, was not my favorite. I just tend to enjoy other kinds of books more, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the book. I just tend to be not very easily... I'm easily entertained, but not very easily impressed. So I'm entertained by very little. But then when I analyze it and I wonder if I am impressed or if this is my new favorite book, most often the answer is no. I'm happy that I read it, and I think it was a successful little read. Recommend. I'm like, even if I wasn't a super fan of the characters or stuff like that, I have to mention that I really like the way that she writes and the kind of realistic description of everyday mundane things. And that is something I most often really enjoy, and yeah, that was one thing that I really enjoyed about this book. This has been my review of Normal People. My rating was 3 out of 5 stars. If you read it, feel free to tell me what you thought in the comments and we can talk about it, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. And if you'd like to read it, you can tell me that as well. I hope I haven't discouraged you, because I genuinely thought it was very entertaining and I would recommend it if you're into like relationship stuff. If you'd like to suggest a book for me to read and review in a video format like this, you can do so down there, and check out my other reading vlogs while you're here. I've done 6 of Crows and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and both of those are spoiler free, like this video. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Fixit. Ai fixit, Nepe. Ai fixit. Oi voi. Nero. Sä siitä. Oota. Noniin. Hyvä.